hundreds of Pennsylvanians die each year directly related to domestic violence. As a Commonwealth, as a legislature, as PCCD, and all the groups here represented, we have the responsibility to do more, and this LAP program is just one of those efforts to deal with our responsibilities. That is why my committee has supported the funding for LAP and will continue to do so. And while I'm here as chairman of the Criminal Justice Advisory Committee, I do want to just address a few issues from one of my previous careers of being a police officer. The officers behind me will hopefully agree that domestic violence is not a routine call. Most calls, there's nothing in police work that is routine. It's often stated routine patrol, but nothing is routine. And let me just say, with domestic violence, it's not a situation where a police officer knows exactly how to handle the situation. Each situation is different. When we talk about domestic violence, I'll talk about 3 situations. You can ask the family of Officer Thomas Barone from Norristown Police, who was gunned down responding to a domestic violence call and ultimately killed. You can talk to my former council president, well, you can't because he since has passed, but you could talk to his ex-wife, who was battered and abused for years when laws weren't changed yet, and we did not have the ability to do what we can do today, and we certainly did not have the ability to go through any type of a list to be able to get her help. Imagine the head of a municipality, the chairman of the board or the council president with the powers over the police department. It's a perfect storm, isn't it, for domestic violence? And we really had no idea how to deal with this except to continuously try to arrest him, and then she would ultimately back off the story and we would be dropping charges. That abuse continued. There's another family in our town who just continuously, we were going to these domestic violence calls until one day we arrived and the wife, the 3 children were killed and the dad committed suicide. This is horrific for our victims, but it's also horrific for our police. No one wants that on their sleeves when they go home at night. So I see this program as a great opportunity, and I agree with the chairman to just have this card to be able to ask these questions, knowing when those answers are given, that we're going to be able to deliver the assistance to our domestic violence victims across this Commonwealth, knowing that it's a card, knowing that the questions are basic questions to ask, and knowing that there is not an app to deal with domestic violence and eliminate it like there's an app for every other convenience in our life. So I'm proud to stand here today. I think this is an important tool for our law enforcement community. And again, we're so focused on helping those victims, but the cops themselves have felt so hopeless for decades in this Commonwealth, not knowing what to do. They're that triage nurse in an ER. They put a Band-Aid on it. They either send you home or you go see a doctor. Unfortunately, in a domestic violence complaint, that going to see the doctor is up to the victim to go do it. And that has never had a gateway to get that access. And that's why I think this program is just simply awesome.